Hi, this is Robert from Part Fusion. This week I wanted to talk a little bit about um, conductors in electronic fashion and wearable circuits. So a conductor is usually just a wire. So here we have some solid core wire, but this isn't very suitable for use in electronic fashion projects. You could use it for jewelry or other types of kind of harder electronic pieces. So this is as a solid core wire. This has no insulating coating. You also have plastic coated solid core wire and multi-strand plastic coated wire. So you can see if you strip back the plastic, you can see the coated wire. And the reason for not using this is to do with strain hardening. So as the wire gets bent backwards and forwards, it will easily break if I do it properly. Like so. So if you have that in a glove or in a dress or on your garment, as it bends maybe in your elbow there, eventually the wire will break. So generally you wouldn't want to use solid core wire, but you might want to use multi-stranded wire. So here you can see some of the strands. So this is a lot more flexible and bendable because of the individual strands, but it has the same problem where if you kind of bend it back and forth, it eventually will start to break. Right there. So what you tend to want to use in electronic fashion projects is a conductive thread. So here's a small bobbin of conductive thread. So this thread is a stainless steel yarn. Bring it close. You might be able to see the rough fibers. So this is a really good product. The main resellers are Sparkfun and Adafruit. They're both US-based companies. There's EU and other distributors where you can get this. So this is about $3 to $5 depending on which company you buy it from. And then there's other types of kind of stainless steel yarn. So here's I've got two different types. I've got another stainless steel yarn. Also comes in a small bobbin. So this is a more rigid fiber. This one's a lot smoother, but it's also it doesn't bend as easily and doesn't follow the fabric as well. And not a new one, but another type of one that I have here is superfine wire from Solar Robotics. So this is a bit like this stranded plastic coated wire, finer strands, and inside is a kind of a nylon or polyester. I'd have to look it up. You can kind of see the yellow strands, and the surface of this I believe is coated in a plastic. So when you actually want to work with this, you need to solder the tips, where with the conductive thread you only need a touch contact to make an electrical connection. An older product that people used, which was more popular maybe about 5 years ago, is this is a silver coated polyester. Bring that closer. It's a lot harder to get now, and it's actually, the stainless steel yarns and stainless steel threads are actually much better electrical properties and much better kind of mechanical properties. This one has a tendency to degrade over time. So I made up some sample pieces. I wanted to see each of the kind of the steel threads that I have, what effect they have on a piece of fabric. So here's a piece of fabric just from an old t-shirt. So this is just standard thread. I wanted to see if I bend or manipulate the fabric, does it fall back into a flat shape. So this one is I believe it's the yarn. So a single thread. And so if I bend that, put a kind of a crease in that, it just falls straight away. So if I had a dress or a tie or something and I bent over, the fabric just falls completely normally. There's no noticeable effect from manipulating the fabric. And this was the this 3-ply, kind of stiffer. And you can't really see it, but it doesn't lie as flat as the previous. It has a slight curve where it's kind of hanging off my arm. So rather than kind of coming straight down with gravity, it's actually kind of slightly supporting itself. So if I bend that, it kind of slightly retains the crease. So that wouldn't work as well in a very light fabric. A pair of jeans, this t-shirt style of material, it doesn't seem to have too big of a problem. And then this last one is the superfine or superflex wire. So this one definitely has, it remembers when you bend the fabric. So this wouldn't be suitable except for some very heavyweight fabrics or projects. Now, if we look at the electrical properties of these 3 circuits, so I can get rid of that one. So I have my multimeter here, configured in the resistance setting. So each of these lengths is about a little bit over 30 centimeters. So this is the stainless steel yarn. So if I measure that, so that's reading about 24 ohms for 30 centimeters, or about a foot. And then this other one for about the same length. is only about 8 ohms. And the Superflex wire, as I said, I believe I had to tin. Yes, so it is plastic coated. So I've already pre-tinned the tips of the wires. So that's 0.1 ohms, so basically negligible. So if you have a project that has a lot of LEDs, a lot of neopixel type LEDs, or needs a lot of current, you want to start thinking about using something like this Superflex wire, or you need to use a lot. You can actually put more than one strand of the stainless steel yarn into your projects. And if we take the silver coated, if I just pull out about the same length and measure that. So that's a 50, 48, 49 ohms. Some other interesting conductive materials. We have a stainless steel ribbon. So this is about 6 millimeters across. So if you have a lot of current to carry, you could use something like this, or these can be used to make metallic switches or contacts. Here's this is a 17 millimeter version of the same kind of conductive ribbon from Adafruit. You can get, this is a silver coated kind of polyester metal fabric. They come on sheets about this big, and these can be cut up to make switches and buttons. You can use pins to make contacts. There's a stretch kind of jersey, which is also silver coated. You can get, this is a conductive ribbon, so it's got multiple strands, so 4 strands of conductive thread embedded in the ribbon. So if you have to send signals and power, you can use something like this. We have white and black versions. There's a kind of conductive Velcro for making switches. There are some, I've also had, over the years, picked up other types of, these were from Sparkfun. I don't think they sell this anymore, but this is a higher thread count type of conductive thread, like these 3-ply. I would thank you very much. I'll follow up with another video showing how to actually sew the conductive thread and making up other types of conductive circuits. Thank you.